Man, you were quiet. You had LaJoy and you had Buckshot and all those guys, and all of them were, they were a bit aggressive in and out of the car. But you were kind of reserved, very, very measured in how you engaged with the media and so forth. Is that the way you remember it? Like, you got to earn your place? Or
I was super shy.
Why?
I don't know. And kind of felt like I didn't belong there, kind of. Like all these guys are a lot older. You
didn't have a racing history in your family. You're sort of this, like, you kind of couldn't break through the new kid.
Yeah, kind of like, these guys been there long. They're older. They got more experience. I don't belong there. They don't want to talk to me. They don't care about talking to me, But I guess it gives off the wrong impression sometimes. Like I feel like I'm better or something. But it wasn't that. It was just almost like nervous to be around those guys. You know?
How did you deal with that?
Just the best I could. You just become friends with the ones you meet and you're close to.
Who'd you become buddies with?
I actually knew Randy LaJoy before I even got there. So he was one that I could always go to and was always nice to me and gave me time. And other than him as a driver, just my teammates and people on my crew.
Who were some of your teammates?
Kevin was my teammate in the Busch Series, so we became buddies. Other than that, I just kind of stayed to myself.
So after 1999, you're in the Bruco car. Before you go to drive for Ray's, did you get other opportunities or anybody else call you?
Sometime in the middle, end of 99, we're still racing. Richard Childress had me over to his shop, asked me to drive the 2 AC Delco car because you were getting out of the AC Delco car, and then he was getting that sponsor.
Really?
And then he asked me to drive that car,
The car Harvick would drive?
Yeah.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
And why didn't you do it?
I turned it down.
Damn. Because did you have the Ray thing happening?
No.
You didn't want to leave Bruco?
Well, I mean,
how did you turn that down?
I think more than anything that it freaked me out to be meeting with Richard Childress. Yeah. And
you went to welcome to the shop? Or?
Yeah. Damn. Yeah, he flew me over there.
Holy From Nashville.
On a jet, and then he flew me back on the King Air when I didn't take it. But
did you go with your dad?
Yeah, he went with me. And I don't know why I didn't take it. I was comfortable where I was.
Yeah.
That group that I was with at Bruco came with me from the 28 car.
Okay.
Jason Ratcliffe was one of them.
Damn.
Yeah.
Okay.
He was on that 28 car.
Was he?
As a car chief, mechanic. Yeah. I think he was a tire changer too.
That's wild.
Yeah. So Jason Ratcliffe was on that 28 car from Nashville in '98. All that whole group came with me to Bruco.
Mm-hmm.
And I liked it. I was comfortable with them. We were winning at the time when I got that offer. I didn't take it.
Damn, man. Wonder what your career would have been like had it went in that route.
I don't know.
Holy cow.
It worked out for them.
Yeah, but you never know what might have happened for you.
Yeah.
So you end up having some pretty good success in this 27 car, and I think you're like a year and a half, maybe a year and a quarter into that deal before you get tabbed to drive for Ray. So it was quick.
Yeah, maybe a little over a year and a half into that deal.
This just kind of reminds me a bit of William Byron, like William bounced through like Legends, late models, trucks, Xfinity, like his bam, 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 he's in the Cup Series. This is really similar for you. You raced your first Cup race at what age?
2000.
20?
So I'd have been 20.
Yeah. I feel like just 4 years ago you started in late model racing, and now you're in a Cup car or moving into a Cup team. That's one of the most anticipated teams to have come along in some time. Ray Evernham's starting up this program, the Dodge stuff and all of that, the red cars. He's left Hendrick. You probably had no idea how difficult that was going to be in terms of just getting the cars to be competitive, right?
Yeah.
You're thinking the same thing I'm probably thinking at the time. Wow, Ray Evernham's going to start a team. They'll be hot right off the ground. They got all kinds of support from Dodge. They're going to hit the ground, be super competitive. But it was a little bit of it was more work than that, wouldn't you say?
Yeah. And I didn't want to go to Cup.
Why not?
I didn't feel like I was ready.
Who was pushing you to do it? Did you feel like it was your choice?
Yeah. I thought it was a good opportunity to go and learn from Ray with what he had done with Jeff. When he pitched it to me, he pitched it like, you got a couple years here. You know, we're going to, no pressure. You're going to just bring you along, develop you.
Yep.
And I'm not really expecting a lot this first year. So I was like, okay. You know, if I get some time and I'm able to develop, and I'm not expected to go out there and win right off the bat, I'll give it a shot.
Yeah. Is that how it all went down? I mean, do you not feel you bring that up because I'm assuming that you felt like that might have been the intention out of the gate, but then as the season starts rolling on, expectations ramp up. Just like going, you know, you tell yourself, man, I'm gonna go to the racetrack, I'm gonna have fun. I ain't gonna pay attention to the lap chart. I ain't gonna get competitive. I'm just gonna enjoy it. That's the way I approach it these days, or I try. Yeah. But we all get there. We all want to be fast, and so I think maybe at some point early in the season, did the pressure start to build, expectations start to build? Hey man, let's strive for more. I expect more out of you. What was the deal?
Eventually, yes. I think one thing that happened that started putting pressure on us is Sterling was running good. Yeah. In that 40 car. Okay. And we wasn't, for a while. I think that started putting pressure on both of our teams that, hey, obviously this car can run decent because he's doing it. Yep. And we eventually got there. Yeah. But it took a little longer than his.
How do you think that the 40 team was able to figure it out?
I think they were ahead of us on the soft spring, big bar stuff, and aero. Yeah. We wasn't doing that yet when I first got there. We was running the big spring, small bar. At that time, Ray had been out of racing since the middle of 99. So he missed the end of 99 and 2000. He wasn't around because he had quit Hendrick and they were starting his team. So I just think we was behind on that stuff for a minute there.
And plus, I think, Ray's the owner. Yeah. When you're the owner, you can't crew chief the car. You can't, they put, you had crew chiefs, right? Both cars had crew chiefs. And I think when a guy like Ray starts a team, you're thinking, I think both of us probably are thinking at that point, his influence, he's going to have mechanical and physical influence on setups and all those things, and that's not reality. If he's running the team, right, he don't have time for that.
A lot going on.
He can't sit there and worry about, is this right rear spring is this one we need to put in there? He's not doing that anymore, right? And so what he had been great at wasn't always going to be there available, right, to you. Yeah. And so that was probably challenging as well for Ray even, right, because he probably wanted to. Yeah, he wanted to be hands-on.
Yeah, he's a car guy. Yes. He wants to be under that car doing something to it. But, he had a lot going on, and he liked to be on the box during the race. Yeah. He called a lot of my races back then, even though he wasn't the crew chief. But he would call a lot of them. But he probably didn't have the time to really get into the car like he wanted.
Your teammate's Bill Elliott, the guy that's accomplished everything in the sport. What kind of teammate is Bill Elliott?
He's good. He was always really nice to me. I got along with him great. And, we were both kind of struggling along there at first. We both kind of picked it up at the same time. At some point in that season, NASCAR gave us some kick out on the nose. Mm-hmm. I guess they had done some wind tunnel testing, and we both go. I think we might have qualified 1 and 2 at Indy. Mm-hmm. We were leading 1 and 2 for the first fuel stop. And we're finally, we're getting it. Yeah. We're both running better. And then I think we go back a little bit after the first stop, and I'm right behind Dale Jarrett trying to come back up through there to get to Bill, because I think he's still up there. And I'm right behind him, right on his ass, coming up off of one of those turns, and he scrapes the wall, and I hit him. And it busts my radiator. Damn. Knocks me out of the damn race. But, we both he was really helpful with driving the car, and we both kind of came on really strong there at the end of that season together and started running good.
Yeah, I think I remember that. You started to make ground and create momentum. Bill's doing really well in his car as well. I got to ask you, having been tabbed to drive for Ray Evernham for his new team, and Ray's history with Jeff Gordon and what he was able to do with Jeff, did you hear the comparisons, or did you feel this sort of pressure that people were looking at you to be like that next Jeff Gordon? Because that was true. That was really what was happening.
Yeah.
Whether that was affecting you personally or not. Expectations, outside expectations can bother you, and we've both probably experienced that at some degree. And in that moment, everybody thought that Ray was the master, and he was this expert. He was picking this guy that he thought would be the Jeff Gordon for his team. Right? Did you have that pressure?
Yeah.
They told you mentioned that they told you at the start of the year, no worries, just get in there and get comfortable. We don't have high expectations. Let this play out.
Yeah. Well, I remember when I first met him, when I met with him, and he asked me to drive for him. That was like when he told me about, it was a 3-year deal. He's like, I don't expect you to go out there and win.
Yeah.
For a couple of years, and I remember him mentioning, Jeff didn't really come on to his 3rd year,
right?
And that's when he really got it. So I think that's where he was putting that timeline on me,
right?
As by that 3rd year, you need to be getting it.
Did you feel like that the pressure changed in the first year, or what happened?
I didn't feel anything. Everything was going fine. We were learning, we were getting better. And then it happened just like that.
Like what?
After
Homestead?
No, after Talladega.
The first year?
Yeah, he said, after Talladega, he said, taking you out.
At the end of the year?
Yeah.
So you get a phone call, or like how'd that happen?
He calls my dad and tells me to be at the shop. We'd run Talladega. And I came back with the team, and then I was told to come to the shop that Monday morning.
Yeah.
After Talladega.
And y'all go in the office with Ray?
I go by myself.
By yourself?
Yeah.
What did he say?
Just taking you out. That's about all I remember.
Damn.
Yeah.
Do you remember leaving?
Yeah.
Do you remember getting in your car and driving out of there?
Yeah.
What did you feel?
Yeah, devastated.
Yeah.
Everything had always came easy. I won quick in everything.
Yeah.
All the way up. Even almost in Cup eventually at the end of that year.
Yeah.
So I didn't know what was going to happen,
Right.
I never experienced it before.
So you're in North Carolina, and you're far from home, and now you're this is like the first rejection you've probably ever had in your life?
Yeah. Yeah.
So, and you've got a bunch of months to figure, you got a lot of time you still got the rest of the year.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, he says he's keeping me, he's letting me finish the year, but I'm out after that.
Did he tell you what you were going to do?
No.
Do you remember much about the next several weeks, about like learning what your future was, or trying to figure that out, or what opportunities there might have been? Because, your stock's still pretty good, at that point.
Yeah. I think we go to Homestead and test right after he told me. I think we test that week because Phoenix is coming up.
Yeah.
We test Homestead. At the last few minutes of the practice, we finally throw the soft spring big bar stuff in, and I pick up like 3/4 of a second. And we go to Phoenix, and I'm like hiding in the trailer. I don't want to come out and talk because I just got let go.
Is it public knowledge, do you think, or you just didn't even want to?
I don't remember if it is or isn't until it might have. I don't know. They might have done it later when they announced.
Is your team aware?
Yeah.
Your crew chief aware?
Yeah. Yeah, I told him. He might have already knew,
Sure.
but I told him.
Yeah.
But I don't remember if it was public or not.
And you're still 20, 21 years old?
Yeah.
And by yourself? Pretty much.
Pretty much, yeah.
Where's your dad?
Oh, he's probably there. He's probably around, yeah.
How do he help you navigate that?
He wasn't happy. He was probably more mad than I was.
Yeah.
But my point about that Homestead test story was, we race Talladega, I get let go. We go test Homestead, put the setup in there I really liked, and then we go to Phoenix and get set on the pole.
Yeah.
And we're leading that thing by 4 or 5 seconds and end up cutting a tire and going a lap down and coming back to 14th. But so it's like I get let go and then I start running good.
They're figuring it out.
And I start running good, and it's like, damn.
Y'all went to Homestead at the end of the year and nearly won.
Yeah.
Bill and you both had really, really fast race cars.
Yeah, so we go same deal. We tested there. We finally getting this soft spring deal figured out. I really like it. He has this plan that he's good at working the race out in his head before it ever happens. Ray is.
Yeah.
So he says we're going to take 2 tires at the end of this race, and so we put 2 tires on it in the last practice. I've never done that before. We put right sides on it in practice to see what it would do, so we know what adjustment to make at the end of that race the next day. So we do it. It plays out perfect. I come out leading, and I take off, and we have 5-second lead, 15 to go. I'm winning. They're not catching me. I'm winning. And then a caution comes out, and Bill ends up driving up close to me, up off of going into 3, and wiggles me, and gets by me. And
then his left front tire or something, let go on the last lap, right? Or
his did?
I think so, right? Or did he win that race?
Bill won.
Oh, he won that race?
Yeah.
I'm thinking about the next year, Homestead, I think.
Yeah, he wiggles me. He didn't touch me, but
yeah, he just got your arrow.
And then Michael ends up getting by me too. I finished 3rd.
All right. So, at what point did you learn that you were going to go to the 7 car?
After the season, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
After I don't know how that happened. If we started picking it up, and he decided he wanted to keep me around, or
maybe there was a year on your deal that he didn't want to buy you out of.
Yeah, I think he was gonna just take me out and pay me.
Yeah.
But so they ended up putting that deal together with the 7, and that's what I ended up doing. And
I've heard you say that you wished that Ray had just let you go at this point, so you could go elsewhere maybe and see what other opportunities there were. That going to the 7 car ended up being, in hindsight, not the best thing for you.
No.
What do you think you had in opportunities? Was anybody calling?
Well, I think we didn't announce that Jeremy was going to get in the car till Atlanta.
Yeah,
I believe, and then I feel like he put that deal together pretty quick. I didn't really have that opportunity to
look around.
Go look around.
Yeah.